Right guys, hope you're well. So it's Wednesday night, the kids are in bed, the wife's at work. Yeah, let's talk watches. So this is a quick unboxing video. Well, it's a fake unboxing video. I've had the watch since Saturday. I've worn it all day Saturday night, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday and all day today as well. So it's a fake unboxing, but this is the watch that started it all for me about 5 years ago when I first got into watches. Before that I liked watches, but I liked diesel watches, or I didn't really know what an automatic was. Between me and you, I once bought a watch off eBay and I was that guy that said, oh, it keeps starting, it keeps stopping. Didn't realise it was an automatic and you had to wind it up or wear it to keep it going. So yeah, we live and learn, don't we? So I probably got into automatic watches or real watches quite late in my life, really. I got my first automatic nice Swiss watch when I was into my 30s, and it's spiralled out of control since, to be honest. It's been a bit of an addiction problem, really. I'd probably be better off getting into drugs or alcohol. It'd be so much cheaper. But this is the watch that when I was going to buy my first high-end, it was going to be either a Tudor Blackbay Red or it was going to be an Omega. In the end, I went for the Omega, and the things that I didn't like about the Tudor are the things that I do like about it now. So watches are like fashion, are like all people's tastes, really. They change. I used to hate the fact that it had an aluminium bezel. It really put me off. And now I look at it, it's beautiful, it's rich, it's warm, and that's what really is attractive about the watch. So yeah, it's weird how things change, how personalities, people, fashion, everything changes. Not all the time, sometimes people are steady and they go through it, but yeah, I have always had the opportunity. I must have had about 30 plus watches in the last few years, and I've always bypassed the Tudor Blackbay Red. I don't know what it is, so much has always put me off, even though it was my first love, even though I think it's a stunning watch. So let's get into it, open the box, and let's have some initial thoughts. So here we are, and any watch reviewer worth the salt, even the bad ones like me, have the toys of the trade. A loom torch and some calipers to measure it. It means you're a watch reviewer, dead easy. So this is the box, cardboard, standard, not amazing, not horrible, it's just one of those things. It's like a wood effect here and a pleather effect here. So I think they used to be lacquered, I remember, a few years ago. So this is a proper step down, to be honest. It is what it is, but don't judge a watch by its box. And look at that. Wow. So yeah, why did I get put off by it? I don't know. And the red is actually fantastic. I think it sets it aside because I think the Blackbay Black is too similar to a Submariner or a vintage Submariner, and the red sets it apart. There's nothing like that in the Rolex catalogue, and with always having Rolex as a shadow over Tudor can be a negative thing, that. So yeah, I've gone for the red. It stands out, and what I found is it just goes brilliantly against all different types of outfits and clothes. Absolutely fantastic. So this is the newer version, which is 70-hour power reserve. They originally brought out one that was an ETA movement, which was slightly thinner, and as you can see from that, it is going to be top heavy. So that was a claim that I complained about the Pelagos that I've sold to buy this watch, and I've just fallen into the same trap again. So yeah, it is going to be top heavy, slab sided, but it's a fantastic looking watch, and I've purposely not been wearing my other watches. Wristwatch check, by the way, Datejust 41. So that's a perfect fit and feel, although it's a small 41 compared to this. I've only been wearing this because I wanted to get used to the weight, the feel, and it just is a beautiful watch. I mean, that is nice. And what I complained about the Pelagos, about it sitting over the edge because of the bezel, well, they've done what I wanted on this and they've shrunk it down and it doesn't go over the edge. But it made me realise that actually, when you try to wind it here, it's a lot trickier than the Pelagos was. So the Pelagos was all about actually being a good tool, doing a job that it was supposed to do. This is certainly more about the way it looks and the way it feels and the vintage vibes and things like that. So, you know, different aspects, different spectrums of the dive watch, really. This is more, it feels more of a luxury item, where the titanium Pelagos, it just was all tool and there was nothing warm or loving about it. It was just a monster, a beast of a watch. Not a bad thing, but I just didn't have any need for it really. And this is, I think this is glorious. I think I could wear that with joggers, my pyjamas. I could wear it, you know, with a suit. I could wear it to go out at night, at work. So yeah, I think this is a fantastic watch. Really, really is stunning. The dial, obviously black matte, and then the writing, they refer to it as pink. I mean, I would say it was gold. I don't know if the golds are actually gold or plated or solid gold, but again, that gold touch, that is absolutely beautiful to look at for me. The crown, it's got a little bit of a red tip there as well, which is just a really nice touch. And this is a buttery, buttery, buttery smooth. Don't know if you can hear that. I don't know if you can hear it or not. You can't tell if it's smooth, you just have to take my word for it. But yeah, it is a fantastic looking watch. Things that I miss on from the Pelagos to this is the lack of micro adjustment. It's just got the 3 little manoeuvres there. I've taken 3 links out of this, and yes, you've got a little bit of micro adjustment, but again, you're going to have to really piss around with it to get a perfect fit. So not really micro adjustment on the go, which isn't ideal. So let's have a measure of it. Right, so we're on, oh my word, I can't even get these to work. Oh no. There we go, right. So yeah, that is a true 41. We're not going to complain about 0.1 mil, are we? So the thickness, that's going to be the bad boy. Yeah, look at that, nearly 15 mil thick. Unnecessary, but I would rather have the thick back there instead of the flat case back of the previous model and have the 70-hour power reserve. I would much rather have the technology, the in-house movement than the ETA version. So that's not too bad. It's 22 mil there. Oh, that can't be right. It's 22 mil here anyway. My calipers don't want to work. Rubbish. Right, so it's 22 mil there. It tapers down a little bit, which is good. It's got the ball bearing clasp, and it is a nice finish. It is a nice touch. So, and then a big important thing for me, let's get these lights off, turn that one round, charge this up. So the camera's just cut out on me there. I was too busy getting a semi because it was so exciting seeing my loom. I turned the camera off by accident, but look at that. Oh yes. So yeah, loom for me always does it for some reason, and that is a cracking bit of loom. It's got a little bit on the second hand, the hour hands and the minute hand are just filled with loom, and it's really, really lovely looking loom. And the good thing about this is those creamy markers, when it isn't loomed, they just look so rich and warm. And you know, this is the kind of watch that I can imagine sitting by the fire, sipping whiskey, just a really, you know, cosy winter jumper on. It's just so rich and warm. Can you wear it in the summer? Of course you freaking can. You can wear your watch whenever you want. But yeah, it's just a rich, warm, lovely looking thing. So I'm not going to go into too much details about the good and the bad about this. As I say, I've only had it a few days. I've got to give it a fair crack of the whip. But I did wake up on that Saturday morning thinking I was going to buy a Railmaster. So it was Amiga versus Tudor again for me this weekend, but Tudor won out. Anyway, let's flip back. Look at that. Why is that not frigging working? Look at that. Oh la la. It's nice, isn't it? It's thick, isn't it? Yeah. Less said about that the better. I'm not regretting it. I'm enjoying it. See if it lasts a month there. Right, so just as a comparison, these are my two 41mm watches. Is that in focus? I can't friggin' see. There's a hell of a difference in size, isn't there? So yeah, Rolex and Tudor need to get their definition of 41 a bit clearer, I would say. But look at that. Jeez, look at the thickness difference. That is crazy. So yeah, two 41mm watches. That is a bit easier to wear, to be honest. But as it's an unboxing video, I thought I'd treat you to the good stuff. What you get in the box. Basically, you get nothing. You get a little diver's booklet, and that is generic. That tells you about the bronze and the Pelagos, so it's not even dedicated to the Blackbay watches. A guarantee booklet, whoopee, and you get this. And that's the day I bought it. I don't know if that's coming up. So I got a great deal on this. I was very happy. So yeah, as I was saying, I woke up Saturday morning and I was dreaming about watches. tragic, innit? But it was going to be the Railmaster in blue. I thought, that's what I'm going to go for, that's what I like. And then I was just going to go try some watches on for an hour on Saturday afternoon, and then boom, big discount. I thought, yeah, I'm going to have to snap it up, aren't I? So yeah, really excited, really enjoyed it. There's nothing like that hunt for the watch. I actually enjoyed last week more than this week, the hunt, knowing you've got a bit of money in your pocket and going out there trying on watches, knowing you can back it up and buy a watch. That's really exciting. I love that part of it. So I'm not saying that once you've bought a watch it's a letdown, but you know, you're like, oh, I've got no more watches, no more chase. So yeah, I quite enjoy looking on all the different websites and scouring eBay, try to look for deals. As it happens, I'm bidding on a watch on eBay now, so fingers crossed. What time is it? I've got 10 minutes before the end of the thing, so we better wrap this up quickly. I don't want to be talking to you and missing out on a watch, but it's a Bremont. A lot of people don't like Bremont, do they? But I've got a real soft spot for them. I've got my broadsword, but I'm after something with the triptych case. That's what I'm really after. So we'll see what happens with that. But again, I love watches in general, really. And going on to a bit of watch wisdom. Obviously, we all buy a watch because of the way it looks. I mean, that's the main thing that attracts us. That's when you see it in a shop window, oh, I fancy that, or you see it online or whatever. But I think more important than the way it looks is the way it makes you feel. So yeah, if you look down at it and you get a bit of a semi, yeah, you've got the right watch. That's the one that could last you a lifetime. But sometimes I've bought watches because of a reason that, you know, I want a big statement piece, and when you've got it home and you've worn it for a couple of weeks, like, Christ, this is really heavy, or it's uncomfortable, so you don't get your money's worth out of it. So yeah, make sure that when you buy a watch, you try it on, you feel it, and it's the way it feels. If you look down and you get that warm, cosy feeling, then you know you've made the right decision. If you've got any doubt at all, don't do it. It's just not worth it, is it? Because the amount of times that I've bought a watch and fallen out of love with it, Christ, it doesn't take long with me. But yeah, so that's, you know, at least you can sell it on, but just try and make sure that you fall in love with it and try it on a couple of times and trust yourself that you know you're making the right decision. Right guys, I'm going to go buy another watch on eBay now. Over and out.